So again, we're just extending out a few more sets for Hunter here, putting out a little more output, focusing on really digging and squeezing, wringing the muscle dry now. Like I say, it's a little more extra output and really getting him to connect and be able to contract and squeeze and own the tissue that he's built now. So like I said, for the next 5 weeks, that's the name of the game, is to be able to...
A double-edged sword. We're able to increase output, but not just by doing cardio. It's actually beneficial, for everything. That mind-muscle proprioception, making the muscle contract, and I'm dog shit tired and out of breath. The whole 9 yards. There's a lot of carryover for it. So, we're 2 days into doing things like this, and I'm liking it. So, looking forward to what it does after doing it for a little while.
I'm very big on these guys enjoying their training still. You guys know Hunter's very much a logbook, low volume guy. So you're seeing he's running the heavy sets still that he normally would. And then we're adding in some extra work there. And again, getting him to just connect and own that muscle when it's fatigued. That's really gonna carry over onto stage for him.
Time of the year where I find this to be super important. At the point now where we're still pushing really hard in the gym, and the training loads are still pretty much all the way there, but recovery is severely diminished at this point. So what does that mean? It means I'm extra diligent about doing this kind of shit every day. I'll do all my little prehab stuff for my shoulder after I get done with this. Really diligent about getting the body work done at least twice a week right now, and if we have any niggles or actual issues, more than that, everything's pretty good to go right now. I'll tell you all this while I'm doing a funny story. The worst thing I'm dealing with this prep is my first and only, and what I think to be a pretty terrible flare-up of plantar fasciitis. I was in Mexico for a guest posing 2 weeks ago now, and all the bikes in the hotel gym were broke, so I got on the treadmill and just put it on like a big incline and started walking like I always do. And apparently this was the step that broke the camel's back, and by the end of 30 minutes on there, I felt like someone took batting practice on the back of my heel, and it still is very interesting. It was very hard to walk while I was in Mexico after that, so yeah.
Come on. Sit. Come on now. Good. Come on. Drive. Again. Come on now. Drive it up. Come on. Work for me. Come on. Yep. Come on. Here we go. Big drive. Come on.
Jordan was saying y'all got this like 3 weeks ago.
That was a wedding present.
Oh, was it?
From Ben.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
he brought it down the day of the wedding.
That's a solid
Day
gift.
before the wedding. Yeah. Super solid gift, especially because I had already had 2 like destroyed trying to get them to me. The shipping company had dropped both of them. So 3rd time's the charm, I guess. And it's got a cool story behind it, which I really like. So yeah, it was a wedding gift.
Drive it. Finish it. Come on. Finish. Come on, now we're moving. Come on. Here we go. Do it up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Drive it up. Drive it up. Come on.
Obviously, it's no surprise, or I guess if you follow along with me, it's no surprise that very set in my ways on everything they're doing in training, especially the exercises, if you will. I find you find exercises that fit you well biomechanically and perfect your form, and then just progress some reps, load, or time under tension, and rinse and repeat and for extended periods of time. And that's what I've found leads to quantifiable, measurable progress that doesn't really stall. Could you maybe grow quicker in little spurts, like bumping volume or this or that? Yeah, but it's not quantifiable, and it's one of those like 2 steps forward, maybe 3 steps back kind of thing. Not sustainable in my opinion. So yeah, but right now, getting closer to the show, I will say that I'm still doing my really hard, heavy top set with the forced rep, but the subsequent sets after that, we've added a little bit more volume and intensity techniques to it, and that's just to increase output and get a little bit more out of the sessions right now. So the name of the game right now is getting peeled at all costs. The tissue's stuck very well, so now we just got to get the fat off it.
Again, we're just extending out a few more sets for Hunter here, putting out a little more output, focusing in on really digging and squeezing, wringing the muscle dry now. Like I say, it's a little more extra output and really getting him to connect and be able to contract and squeeze and own the tissue that he's built now. So like I said, for the next 5 weeks, that's the name of the game, is to be able to...
It's a double-edged sword. We're able to increase output, but not just by doing cardio. It's actually beneficial, for everything. That mind-muscle proprioception, making the muscle contract, and I'm dog shit tired and out of breath. The whole 9 yards. There's a lot of carryover for it. So, we're 2 days into doing things like this, and I'm liking it. So, looking forward to what it does after doing it for a little while.
I'm very big on these guys enjoying their training still. You guys know Hunter's very much a logbook, low volume guy. So you're seeing he's running the heavy sets still that he normally would. And then we're adding in some extra work there. And again, getting him to just connect and own that muscle when it's fatigued. That's really gonna carry over onto stage 3.
Yeah.
You see him doing like this and readjusting. Happened last week.
Can't fire a cannon from a canoe. It's my favorite quote about stability. But yeah, so obviously power starts from the floor. If you're constantly sliding out like that, it's hard to really, build the foundation and, brace your core and get everything lined up the way you want to, because A, constantly moving, and B, you're not able to get good, leg drive and keep your upper back / shoulders anchored into the pad the way you want to. So yeah, Ben's the man, long story short.
Fuck.
Make this one happen.
Good.
I haven't had to force a single rep today for him, and it's not because I'm being lazy.
You know my answer to that.
Grinder.
You sandbagging all these weeks.
I was waiting until you got here.
Come on, man. Come on for it. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
There it is.
And that is what you call leading from the front. He wouldn't appreciate this analogy because he hates football and calls it chase the egg, but no one likes a fat football coach telling him to sprint. Whenever your coach works like that, it's pretty easy to work like that for him.
He's actually right. I took a bit of a break from training real hard and heavy, and I came up here about 2 months ago, and I tried to push him through a set, and I felt like such a fake because I wasn't training, and I was just like, this just doesn't feel right to demand more from him when I'm not doing it. I haven't processed that yet. I still have to be in it with him.
Come on now. Come on. Now, come on. Finish it. This is yours. Come on, Hunter. Stay forward. Back. Come on. Come on. Finish. There it is. Good. Come on. Again. Drive it out. Drive it out. Elbows.
We started incorporating some metabolic work at the end of the workouts, but you know, training everything every 5 days, sometimes we get a little burnt out on it. So, you know, we kind of came up with another circuit so we can kind of A/B our circuits afterwards. Plus, this gives him a chance to, you know, the last part of the circuit is holding his most muscular pose. So, you know, while the muscle's fatigued and full of blood and everything, you know, it gives a really chance to really squeeze that, bring out the detail and the fullness in there. So, you know, like to change things up just once in a while, but, you know, still maintain that same consistency to, you know, see the progressions. It sure does. It sure does. So, and it's literally one exercise into the other, and that most muscular is we're actually going to sit into, not in a full pose, but actually just forcing on squeezing the pecs and holding that for 30 seconds straight. So by the end of that, you're pretty winded for sure. So it's a gnarly pump. But. When I thought they were bad enough.
This is who I picked these crunches up from. This is Sean, everyone. But I actually have Sean crunches written in my logbook from the first time that I did it. It fucked me up and he showed me them. So yeah, I'm gonna let him cue me through a set and let y'all laugh at how bad it hurts me.
All right, pretend like there's a rod running through here and we're gonna wrap around it. Keep heels tucked into your butt. Tuck enough. There you go. Up, stay in the active range. Go back up. Squeeze. Higher. Back down. Drive up. Go. Drive over the rod. Come on. Again. Drive up. Higher. 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 There you go. 2 more like that. Let's go. Drive up. Go. All the way. Again. Heels to button. Go. Your legs just way too much, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I need someone else for the other hamstring.
Sean, we'll be friends tomorrow. Well, maybe the day after tomorrow. Probably not at 2
so
a.m. when I go sit
the
up
moral
and
or
piss.
takeaway from all that is, at the end of the day, your abs are a muscle, and I believe they should be trained largely like you train any other muscle, which is not a ton of junk volume and good 3, 4, 5 working sets to failure, then call it and rinse and repeat once they've recovered. So that's what I've been doing all off season. Consistently training abs for literally the first time in my life, as embarrassing as it is to say. I guess better late than never, right? But yeah, looking forward to showing what the whole off season's worth of that looks like, because it's definitely made a difference. So.
That is intense. Posing's a huge part of it. People don't realize, the role that plays. I was talking to Ben earlier, we logbook all of our workouts, all of our meals are measured. That's another thing that just kind of puts the polishing touch on all this. At the end of the day on stage, you're judged on your physique, not how much we're lifting in the gym. So being able to hit those poses, and it just helps bring the conditioning out, is going to be key. So it's a lot of work, but in the end it always pays off.